Good morning. Thank you all for being here today. And to Tanisha, the director of our Office of Civil Rights here at the Department of Commerce, thank you for spearheading this truly important initiative. 4 years ago, First Generation Professionals, or FGPs, was really just an idea. It was a concept. And Tanisha, you brought it from concept to execution and every step in between. Your work and effort is the reason we're here today at the first summit. I'm told over 500 people registered for today's event, and there was a waiting list of over 100 people, which is just incredible. This should give us a sense, though. It's not just the numbers, it's the point that it should give us a sense of how much this topic resonates. It's not only across the federal government, it's here at Commerce, it's in the private sector, and it's much talked about at the university level today as we prepare the first generation professionals. We're here today about the most important investment we can make at the federal level, and that is in our people. My mentor would always say, Karen, remember, our greatest inventory goes up and down the elevator every day. It's our people. And that is true. The First Generation Professional Summit furthers our government-wide focus on diversity and inclusion and continues a discussion about the particular importance of the socioeconomic diversity. As a major agency with the federal government, the Department of Commerce is among the very first to begin collecting and studying real data around the positive impacts of the first generation professional, and will continue to do this. But all the data in the world will not shed light on what we already know. First generation professionals are trailblazers. They are the first in their immediate families to enter the professional work environment. Each of them come with their own backgrounds, life experience, and skills. FGPs offer unique perspectives to every work environment. And here at Commerce, we see their impact and contribution as one of our real great assets. Catalina Martinez, a regional program manager at NOAA's Office of Ocean Exploration and Research, said, FGPs have a superpower that allows them to turn obstacles into detours. I love that line, superpowers. I can't agree more. It turns adversity into opportunity. And later this morning, you're going to hear from the Treasurer of the United States, Jovita Carranza. She has superpowers that took her from a job as a part-time box handler, working the night shift at UPS, to a senior executive at UPS, and now a very senior and influential official in the US government. My hope for today is that we leave here with better clarity about how we can best leverage the superpowers of our FGPs while continuing to mentor and develop the next generation of them. I am not an FGP, but I am the proud product of one. My dear sweet mother, Ella Marie. She was the first college graduate in her entire family, and in fact, on the way to graduation, one of her relatives thought the BA didn't stand for Bachelor of Arts, but she was getting a Bridge Award. Upon graduation, she became a teacher at PS 102 in Brooklyn, New York. She then also taught at Camp Lejeune, where my father was stationed. He was a proud Marine and also an FGP. Later, she became an entrepreneur. She started a very successful interior decorating business. She was a trailblazer when she was young. She became one of the very first female lifeguards in the city of New York. In fact, she was a lifeguard in the 40s and 50s, and the city law did not change allowing female lifeguards until 1969. From my mother, I learned anything and everything is possible. And to that end, as a mother myself, I have pushed my children to accomplish more than I have. To this day, her example reminds us and reminds me of the value and importance the FGPs bring to our lives every single day. Congratulations to each and every one of you for being part of that incredibly elite group of people. And could I just ask at this moment for all the FGPs to stand up? Congratulations again. You are truly a unique and accomplished group. I also have had the privilege to be surrounded by incredible FGPs here at my professional life in commerce. For example, Dave Zaya, who I have known since I got here about the second or third week. I didn't know this. I did know this. I did not know he was an FGP. He runs and leads a critical mission as the Chief Administrative Officer at the Census Bureau as we prepare for the 2020 census. Another Commerce FGP is Co Barrett. Co serves as the Deputy Assistant Administrator for Research at NOAA, and in addition to her bachelor's degree, she has also earned an honorary doctor in science. Yet another FGP in the ranks of senior management is Senior Management Analyst Stephanie Mendez, who was encouraged by retired Gunnery Sergeant Donald Preska to pursue and achieve more. Stephanie took that advice to heart and has acted on it. And then in one more, the TC 2100 Group Director, Seema Rao, was inspired by her fourth grade teacher to complete her bachelor's degree and to become an engineer. That is truly a statement that mentorship and development is critical and important to the next generation. These critical members of our department and all of our FGPs here today, you are inspirations to the next generation of FGPs and to all of us. I am very, very proud to be part of today's event, and I pledge to you that I will sustain and elevate this initiative moving forward. I look forward to next year's event. Professionals and business services are one of the fastest growing employment categories in our economy, adding 37,000 jobs last month and 380,000 this year alone. There are millions of opportunities for Americans to move into the workforce. Leadership comes from every aspect of our society. We must also devote ourselves to finding new ways to harness the unique skills, those superpowers that come from our individual backgrounds. In closing, let me share a quick story with you. Every week, I lead a management check-in with our department's senior management. At the table is the Deputy Assistant Secretary for Administration, the Budget Director, the Senior Procurement Executive, the Deputy General Counsel, and our Chief Information Officer, to name a few. I was mentioning, and I mentioned yesterday at any meeting I had, this event and the importance of this event. But before I could even finish talking about it, a hand went up and said, I'm one of those. And then somebody else said, I am too. And all of a sudden, we went around this table, everybody sharing their stories, and before you knew it, everybody at the table was either an FGP or was second generation or knew somebody, and we were sharing the stories. That's just how infectious this group is and how important it is. This story from yesterday also reminds us that first-generation professionals are not alone. You don't know where you'll find them. They're your supervisor, they're your colleague, they're your staffer, and for me in particular, they include the lady who keeps the department of this deputy secretary running, and me organized, Nellie, thank you very much for all your service. We should take great pride in where we come from, and we ought to use the lessons we have learned in our career to help others. Over the next days, I ask each of you to share your personal stories and to be an inspiration so that the next generation can see where we come from. Reach out to the next generation of professionals and students. Be mentors and help them understand how important their skills are and what an asset they are to us. In conclusion, thank you again, Tanisha, to your team, to the Department of Commerce's Office of Civil Rights for your leadership. Your work will truly strengthen not only our department, the entire federal workforce, and the American people. Thank you and have a great day.